Hi guys, I'm Celeste. Hopefully you can hear me because the lights are out. Only because it's definitely nighttime. I don't know, it's super dark out, but it looks like it might be 5 or 6 a.m. because the sky is turning into a light blue out of nowhere. But I just wanted to... I was sort of talking to myself, so I thought it would be a little bit funny to turn on the camera. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, dudes. Why did I say dudes? I don't know. Maybe you guys are dudes. Well, you're girls and boys and you're other than girls and boys because there's all the options. And you guys are also ferrets. Not for any reason. You guys are also raccoons, fried raccoons, dumpster raccoons. I don't know what you guys are. Anything you want to be. That's funny. I don't have, these are all nicknames for you guys that I just made up in this exact second. But guess what? I feel like I pick at the same imaginary wound, right? I seem like I pick at the same imaginary wound. At least that's what I think of myself. Not something I'm not aware of, but I have a real personality, so I don't care if it's 5 or 6 a.m. and I'm just talking to you. I think that's normal. I think that's cool. But you can tell I'm kind of rambling on about something unimportant, but that's what the energy is, which is super interesting. I'm just not actually, it's super boring, but I'm glad that I don't live in this energy all the time. It's just what it brings out of me, which is again why I would not have wanted to be in that energy, because I can already sense the difference between me and what it brings out of me, and it brings out nothing except pointless, basic, boring, even out of me. So I think I already talked about it at some point. Basically, once upon a time, not a long time ago, during the COVID pandemic or whatever, there was this dude who I guess attempted to leave me for this girl who just had a nice car, but I didn't really know about nice cars. So what I'm trying to say is I thought basically this whole time I was under the impression it was a $250 million car, but I just googled it and it's 70,000, which is funny, or it's 70,000 to 250,000, but I thought it was 250 million. So my whole thing was I would not leave myself even for 250 million, because I know I'm way cooler than that, and way more important as a person, and I actually value and stuff. I was saying I would not have even left myself for $250 million. They don't even make $250 million cars. I didn't know that. I thought they just did. I thought that's the expensive ones are just 250 million. That's why no one has them. So basically, I did have a job where it was kind of about cars. It was about car insurance and stuff. Super boring, but it was only for the modest people, right? The most you could only have mostly normal cars. I don't know, dude. You could have Toyotas, you could have, what are the other cars called? I mean, you could have a Mercedes, but it had to not be the most expensive one. It could only be the somewhat normal ones, it can't cost more than a Toyota. Any kind of Toyota, or what are the other cars called? I forgot. There's fucking names for them all, dude. I don't know. All the breeds, right? All of the horses, all the breeds. Well, actually, not the logo, but anyway, yeah. So I don't know. It was giving every kind of sedan. I don't know. It was giving if it's maybe $80,000 or lower to buy it, or well, actually no, it has to be less than that, right? Okay, I don't know. They didn't tell us the whole cost. It was really about car insurance, So, like, it wasn't like, here's how much to buy it. See, now this is messing up my whole, like, thing about cars. Because now, I don't know how much any of them are. Because I thought it was very modest for it to be, like, an $80,000 car. I thought that was, like, normal. I thought that was, like, very modest. I thought that was, like, you know, very modest. Because I thought there were $250 million cars. I thought there were $250 million cars and that this girl just had one handed to her. Which now looking back, I was not hard on her enough, but I think it's funny. Well, actually, I didn't say anything to her in person, so. Because, again, she still doesn't know that she's not that important, so. No, but imagine having an ego like that and it's not a $250 million car. Like, her ego was like half of why I thought it was $250 million, to be honest. Like, just imagine being like rude to people but nobody knows and stuff because you have a $250 million car. That's not the same thing. I just thought this girl was someone important because, not really, I thought she was very unimportant, but like, I thought other people thought she was important because she had a $250 million car. You guys were whoring yourselves out for her for $70,000. Dude. You're not normal. That's not normal. Just, you know, there were some very, like, unimportant, like, dudes working at that restaurant who, again, they were licking the floor for her for $70,000. Not a piece, because she happened to be handed a car worth some money or something. You guys were, like, peeing your pants, like, publicly for her. You know? You guys were eating out of the diaper of a rat for $70,000. That's not normal. That's not normal. Anyway, I was saying, like, I never would have even left myself for $250 million cash. Not to mention, I also have since realized people can make, like, payments on cars. So it kind of takes away from the appeal by a lot. That people can make payments on cars. I kind of forgot about that. I assumed the entire car was $250 million cash, but all paid at the exact same moment when it was bought, and that the insurance policy was like $50 million paid cash at that moment. So, because I was like, oh, okay, like I can understand how there's like a 1% gap, maybe, if you were really bad at judging people and things, to where maybe you would have wanted to like leave me for somebody who has a $250 million car. I understand how there's like a, you know, you could have like a very poor like gap of intelligence. Like, dude, imagine having people tell you you're important, but because your car is $70,000. Like, Pookie, what? Like, you don't matter. You don't matter more than everybody else, but you're gonna live your life crying and feeling unimportant because you're pretty sure that there's a lot of cats on the planet. Cats, not even people, who didn't have surgery because the money went to you instead. That's not normal, Pookie. You think that a lot of cats did not have surgery to cure their cancer because the money went to you instead and you can't cope with it? And you're experiencing this weird life because you can't cope with the difference? That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. You're cooked. That's weird. I thought you would have to have like telepathy with volcanoes by the point you have like a $250 million car. But also, you have to understand that like for me, wanting to compete with this $250 million car, I said to myself, well, I'm not even being good competition if I don't someday have a storage unit full of $250 million cars that are just sitting there depreciating in value. Stacked on top of each other, Pookie. Stacked on top of each other. I said someday if I don't have a storage unit full of $250 million cars stacked on top of each other, that I'm not being competition. Not for any person, but just that I can't believe that happened to me. To the degree that it did. It's not about oh, that person, oh no, like, I'll show you. Like, I don't care about that. Pookie, I don't care about that. You're not important to me. I thought there were $250 million cars for 5 years. Or 6 years, 7 years, I don't know. For a long time in my life, I thought there were $250 million cars. And I was, and am, somebody who never wants to have to feel that way again. Because I didn't deserve that. Not if it was $250 million cars. I mean, not if it was a $250 million car, not if it was $250 million cash that you're leaving me over. I did not deserve it. You can't spend a car. The person would have to not own the car anymore, or you would have to steal it. You're not normal. You were probably planning to steal it, Pookie. Everybody can tell. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know if I have anything else to say, but I would not have left myself for $250 million dollars in cash, because it would have been a very bad investment to go the other way. You've got some serious thinking to do. Anyway, for my subscribers, I hope this was a fun video. You're gonna be like, you're insane. But yeah, so I don't know, I wrote 1,000 songs in a year, so they're not worth any money right now because I have 0 subscribers. Or actually, I have 1,000 subscribers, but I get 0 views. But 1,000 songs in a year, so that's not that bad. But again, they're kind of worth $0 for now, but that's just phase 1 of the plan. Because, well, how was I going to get the storage unit full of $250 million cars? This was only phase 1. I still have the rest of the phases to go through, because I don't abandon myself in the plan just because you're not important. You were just not important. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.